Yeah, as you said, I'm Dr. D. Israel, as everyone calls me, and I'm born and raised in Harlem during the time of the Harlem Renaissance, and I taught at Stony Brook School of Social Welfare during the 1960s. So I came to St. Augustine some 26, 27 years ago. My husband was originally from St. Augustine, Lincolnville in particular. I belong to a group composed of members of St. Cyprian's and Trinity Episcopal Church. It was a joint committee to find ways to better help the community. The building that we had became vacant. It was a daycare center, and they decided to close the center. So we met and said, what are we going to do? I said, well, we need to continue with children. So we did a survey, found out there wasn't that many children in the area. I said, what about health? I said, health is very important. And the people in Lincolnville do not go to the hospital, don't go to the Department of Health until it's too late. So what can we do to enhance that? So we got in touch with the Department of Health. They were very eager about it. And I said, I don't know anything about health, neighborhood health. What is involved? So we found out that there was the, Good Samaritan clinics that took care throughout the country of organizing and helping to develop neighborhood clinics. And I learned there was one in Jacksonville. So I said, I'll go and see what it's about. So I went, and I was so impressed as soon as I entered that building, small building, but it was set up like a living room. And for low-income people, that is so important when you first come in, how you are treated. Yeah, well, after we were here for about 8 to 10 years, the clinic continued to grow, but we did not have the facilities for a dental clinic. And the new board, and Father Ted was involved in that, the new board felt maybe the West Side seems to be without any services at all, anything. So why don't we see what we can do over in the West Side? Raising funds was always a problem. Volunteers was no problem because the members of Trinity is a big church, so members were only too glad to help. It was only once a week on Saturday, 9 to 1, So it was no problem getting people. Funding has always been a problem. So the church helped, as I said, the diocese, the Episcopal diocese, gave the seed money to start, but it was a constant battle to raise money from the community. The doctors were fantastic. I'll never forget, one little child came in and she was a little agitated and whatnot. I said, how's this doctor gonna deal with this 8-year-old black child? So I sneaked in looking because the door was open, and he was so patient, so loving with this child. I never forgot that. So I give, great success to the doctors who devoted and gave their time to the clinic. It was really a wonderful experience. And they loved it. They were glad to be able to do it. So that was great. I'm most proud of the fact that it was started. I'm most impressed. I think it was the best thing to move to the West Side. To find a church that was interested, to have a dental clinic, a service that was sorely needed. So those were the things that I think were paramount in the success of the clinic and the fact of its starting. Well, I think you're starting it is to continue to expand and to reach as many low-income families, and you may have to raise that now with the virus of so many people out of work, out of homes, and although they're doing a lot of building here, I don't know how much building they're doing for low-income families. They need it, so that is where I would think the push should be. There maybe needs to be a better coordination with the Wildflower, the Department of Health, and the hospital all need to work together to provide services for those who do not have health care. And more people do not have health care. And it takes clinics like yours to fill in the gaps.